Okay, the punch is crazy, huh? Oh, you saw that.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
What's up, guys? Master Styles here. Welcome you back to Inside Gaming, your go-to source for all things Eternal Evolution. Game's been updated, new hero added to the game. Nothing new in terms of events or changes, right? No bug fixes in the last patch notes, and that's kind of why I didn't make a video yesterday. Usually I would, but let's go check out what they do have for events, right? Details gathering. You know how that one works. I've been saying this and I'll say it one more time. Give some triple S here, right? We're that deep into the game. Giving elites at this point is, useless, right? And even if you do give a triple S here, it's just one copy. You still need about 8 to get them to immortal, right? And it'll help out the new players, right? So again, what do we else mean? We have Barag's Awakened Crystal, and we have Orton's Memory Disc. And of course, a copy of the new hero. Can I ever just open up with the new hero? And they said no. But you can have one limited ticket and 2 advanced. And what is that? Whatever that thing is called, the 24-hour one, right? Then we also have Space Time Symphony. They still haven't updated this one. They could definitely put Heindel. Be a great way for free to play to build our Heindel, right? So we'll do up to 180. I have more than 180 limited tickets, so I'm just gonna stop at 180 because for the next Awakened hero, I'm gonna need about 200. So we'll just stop at 180. We also have premium development. This comes along with the new hero. If you spend money on the game, you gain some additional awards. Titanium coin exchange. We gotta wait till I think tomorrow, and then the shop will be open for 2 days, and then it's closed. So if you don't get enough coins within the first 2 days, you're not gonna be able to get no more additional coins. Which I wish they could do a mission so you can gain some coins. That would be a simple change, right? Just add on a mission, right? Limited packs. Of course, the off banner is going to be Aaron. He was good, right? But right now, he kind of fell off a little bit, right? I don't even use him on my assassin team. He does have a super breakthrough, but for him, he probably needs an awakening, which is pretty sad. We also have the new hero. We're gonna check him out and see. Can we see his skills from here? Oh wow, that's actually interesting. Could it always do that? I never really looked at it from here. Okay, interesting. But he seems interesting. I'm kind of a little excited about him. But for me, is he a Vanguard or is he a tank? He has Vanguard qualities and he also have tank qualities. So we'll go do the summons, gear him up, take him into battle. The other part about this is figuring out his gearing, right? But let's just do the summons here and see how we do within the 180 pulls. So we don't need Aaron. He's already Immortal 5. So I'm not going to do 59 and then do 1 to pick up the extra copy of Aaron there. So we'll skip here and see what we get. We're starting out with nothing. Could be an elite. Don't want to see you. And another one here. And we're going to pity. Okay. Unfortunate, right? But his animation, we'll see here in a second. Can we get a double? Might as well put it out there. I like animations that are out into the world of Eternal Evolution. This right here is not, right? I want to see more of Eternal Evolution, which we don't get to see a lot of. So now I have to do another, 120, right? And I need a couple of copies. So let's see how we do. And that's only 1 copy there. Let's see. Could get 1 here. No. What about this? This is should be 1. Nope. No. Not looking good. So we had 30. They brought back another one. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Can we see some animations here? Wow. Okay. All right. Generally, whenever it's doing that, what I do, I just back out for a second. Let it breathe a little bit because we only have 60 left. Oh, boy. That would mean that I would have to use 7. And this is 20. Okay. 30. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a lot of gene hybrids. My goodness. Last one. And wow. Okay. All right, so at least, right? We'll end there, right? We can do it this way. We can grab one here, right? One more gene hybrid, and then go over here, get another one. So that'll bring me to 22. What else we can do is actually, let's go over here. We can get, to just save me a little bit, we can do 2. So that'll save me some gene hybrids, right? We get 2 additional ones there. That was pretty brutal. Wait, actually, I want to see something here. I know I said that, but if I drop another 60, I know. I'm looking at those 20 Astro tickets. So 60, what would that bring me? Underneath 200, and I'll get, okay. All right. Just for the Astro tickets, we'll do another 60. That's 10. We're not going past that. And it's probably not going to be worth it until you do that. Then it's worth it. So was that a trap? Right? It might have been. Yeah, I think that was a trap. Or I could just stop here. Right? No, I'm not. You know me. See? You see this, right? Where was all of this? Right? Like, where was that? Back to back? You couldn't have just did that before? I think I need to complain more. I think that's the key. We have another, what? One more after this, and if you give me another one, I'm just gonna be pissed because I'm like, bro, you could have just gave me all of that, but it ended up being 3 for 240, which is pretty mediocre, to be honest. I could have at least gotten, I see many elites, I could have at least gotten 5, but that is that there. Let's get the rewards. Actually, I'll collect that off screen. I'm not gonna put y'all through that. That's not what you're here for. You want to see what this guy can do. So now I'll bring him to Immortal EX30. I won't forget the talents. Put some opportunistic gears on him. So we're gonna lean more towards the tanks, and then once we get a little bit more information in terms of gearing, we'll come back and see the optimal gears, right? So right now I'm leaning more towards him being a tank. So let's see what we got. There he is in all of his glory. Interestingly enough, he's not dual faction. So that could mean that, what's his name, is going to get an awakening. What is this guy's name? Carabin. Unfortunate. Wow. So maybe not no Teresh. I know we're looking for Teresh, but the new awakened hero may not be Teresh. But let's just go over here to strategy and see what they recommend. They recommend opportunistic, vigorous, right? Frontline. That's what I was thinking. Abek, of course. And what are the heroes that they recommend running him with? Orton and, coincidentally, our boy, Teresh, right? So I went HP, HP, HP. I love heroes like that. Very simple in terms of what to run there, right? That's for PvE. For PvP, I went more on the damage reduction side where I run damage reduction, HP, HP, right? Nothing too crazy. This is more leaning towards the tank side. There's potentially Surge. He does do a decent amount of AoE. There's also Charge, right? That's also another option. But for those, we're gonna have to wait and see. But this is the gears that I have right now, right? So we'll go with PvE because that's what we're gonna be in, and see what he can do. Let's go to the typical new hero test, Lost Valley. At this point, it's not really anything crazy, so let's take them out, make sure we don't have any SBs that's going to destroy everything, and see, where is he? He's right here. We'll put him where he's recommended. Yeah, because he can do knockdowns, but he's gonna do more damage. I just want to see what he can do without the additional stuff, right? Let's just see what he brings. This is not gonna really, but he does have displacement, so he is gonna get an additional shield. So let's just see what he can do here. Can you just make it automatically 4? That would be nice. So let's see. Those are the punches. Those punches are wide, actually. He's gonna end up dying here. And the thing is, here he can't do true damage, so he's not gonna do a lot of damage here. Okay. So he's not gonna be able to beat this one just quite yet, right? Or at all, because he's not gonna do any damage to this one. So noted there. If he's gonna fail on that one, right? Can't do true damage. So this one he's probably gonna struggle with. Let's take Emma out too, because she's just gonna destroy this boss. He's probably not gonna be able to do anything here either, right? but at least the damage would be a little bit better. Let's see here. I need to take a couple of these favorites off so I can get to them. Let's see here. Just want to see what that initial damage is looking like, and then we'll move on, right? So here, ooh, okay, the punch is crazy, huh? Oh, you saw that? Did you see that? He picked up the boss. Whoa, run that back. What? He picked him up. He really, I thought he was, because I was wondering, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Okay, let's go here where we can actually see it. Get out, you get out. I just want to see this. Wait, so since he picked up the boss, would it trigger knockdown, right? Because technically you are getting knocked down a little bit. Let's see how he does here. He's probably gonna end up dying because of the, and you can't even put, who has summons that could help out a little bit, because we're gonna get the multi-punch and see. I just want to see that ultimate, man. That's all I want to see. Can he? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I was wondering that too. That just got me excited. It's just a mechanic that is pretty cool. So he did it 3 times, and he I thought he changed the direction of the way the boss is punching, but obviously he can't stun. But this guy, I like him. You know, he didn't do anything there, but it's just that effect. That is amazing. I didn't think he would be able to pick up the boss. Like, I didn't see that coming. So if he can pick up that boss, that means that he can pick up any of the bosses. I wish they would have added more. So I was supposed to talk about this before we move on, right? Let's go back to the tanks. One effect that I wish they would have added, right? Well, actually not effect, debuff. Each class should have its own specific debuffs. So since the tanks are here, we're going to talk about the tanks. Let's go to him here. The one that would work perfectly for tanks, the debuff should be called staggered, right? For him, he could have had that, right? The new heroes going forward, they can get staggered, all tanks, right? But the way how staggered work, this is a thought of mine, right? Is that, say for instance, he had that effect. We'll give it to him, right? He applies it to maybe the multi-punch. We'll do it on the multi-punch that he has here, God Hands, right? He applies it. Thing is, when you are staggered, it can stack up to 5 times. Once you get to 5 times, you take more damage when you get knocked down. So after you get knocked down after 5 stacks, you're going to take additional damage, right? Thing is, when you're at 1 stack and you try to act, you can trigger staggered, right? If you trigger staggered, you get knocked down. Obviously, you're going to take damage because you got knocked down, and you gain an additional stack of staggered. And the thing is, you have we'll start with 6% chance of triggering stagger. So that means that if you cast your ultimate, it consumes your ultimate bar and you cannot act. Same thing for common skills, right? The thing is, right, only the newer heroes will be able to apply it, because unless they want to go back and add it to other heroes, which chances they're not, right? And the thing about staggered is obviously interrupts your action, which is cool. And I think that would work beautifully for the tanks. It would also give them the additional damage, right? Which would be great. But again, I think staggered would be a nice debuff for them. And as another hero comes out, I'll give you another debuff for that particular hero. But again, for me, I'm liking the fact that he can pick up the bosses. That is amazing. But again, for the boss that they have here, you're not going to be able to pick up, well, you know, you can pick them up. But let's see what they have for endless battles. Of course, Orton and Barag is going to be in here. I just always grab this. Why don't they just make this the regular one where you can just pick? But not always that lucky. So we have Connor, which is already there, and I want to see something too. I know we're supposed to use the traditional heroes, but I want to use this team, and I want to see how much points they can put up. Right? We're gonna go with the team that doesn't apply, well, follow the rules. So let's just see how they do. Right? Yeah, I think they're just gonna blow it out the water, anyways. Right? Right? They did 150. I think now to make this team the bar, right? 150. And now let's go with the recommended heroes. First of all, I don't even like that this guy's here, because again, he gives the points, but it's annoying. that you have to use them. Let me see if I can find my tank team here. Give me a second. So we'll run what they recommended, right? Connor, of course, Panda, and the new hero plus, oh god, that guy Ugo in the back, and of course we'll run Canis. Are they gonna put up 150? We'll have to wait and see. Oh yeah, one other thing. Where is it? Because it says the furthest target within range. So let's see what his ultimate's looking like. I forgot to turn this guy off because he's just doing too much. Spreading out. Okay. Oh, that's a big range. Look at him spinning. So he runs, he picks this guy up, sweep him, knocking him out. I think it looks cooler with the boss. Just seeing the boss getting thrown around. So he'll do what he has to. Let's see his damage. Actually, that's also another thing. Compared to Connor, where is he? He's way down there, interestingly enough. Who's he fighting against? And his damage isn't looking... I almost forgot to put... Where is he? I gotta target him, make him a little bit bigger. Again, I can hear it. You're comparing Awakened Heroes to a new hero, but that's not an excuse now, is it? We have to play around the gears, right? To see. Can they beat that score, though? That's the other question. It looked like they could. I don't know where he is. Where is he? Where is he? Is him? Yeah, I think that's him. But damage-wise, for me right now, not looking too great, right? Obviously, Connor is doing trillions, and you already know Panda's right behind, and I think that's him there. But his value may not be here, right? It may be in PvP. Yeah. Now, shield removal. At least the space of the hand is huge. I love that. That's what got me going. The space of how much the hand punch can do, right? How much space it takes up. But not too crazy, right? See, they're not even close to the amount of what the other team can do, right? So in this situation, he did a lot more than, what's his name? Is it Alcor? Whatever his name is. More than him. Panda did 1 trillion. Connor did 2 trillion. So, not bad. Is his damage crazy? Not really, but, you know, he doesn't crit on his ultimate, so that's unfortunate there. Let's grab this stuff. You know, they didn't change, what do you call that? That's a lot. What is it? This thing here, the raffle, is the same. Not even gonna bother to go through that. Now, where else can we take him? We can actually take him into Cathodian, right? Right? Let's see. I want to go into a lower one. Let's go down to like 27, where we can run through the beginning very quick, and then see what he can do. We'll take out Artemis and put in the tanks. I want to see if the tanks themselves can actually beat it. Right? Who else could we bring? We'll bring Orin, right? The cool thing about him is that he protects the teammate with the lowest HP and give them cheat that. That sounds great for the Vanguard team, actually, because our support tends to die a lot faster than actual heroes. So again, keep that in mind, right? So we'll run through this. Hopefully we can just beat it fast, and then we'll see in a second. Okay, that was very fast. Actually, let's just let it rock and see. I just want to see him pick up the boss. I just love that. That there, that's just so awesome to me. I think that's the funniest part about this hero. Just the mere fact that he could just pick up the boss and slam him on top of their head, right? He said, you know what, I don't care about what you got going on. I'm just going to grab you and slam you on top of your head. Did we miss the animation for that part there? I think we did. Oh my goodness, just grab him. I just love that. That just got me. Got mad. I love that mechanic though. It's just interesting to me. Just watching the boss get slammed, like, it's crazy. All right, so that one there was easy. Okay, let's look at his damage. But again, when it comes to this one, it's about who does the knockdown. So don't pay too much about the damage, because it's gonna be based on who was getting knocked down there. So again, that's that there. We'll come back and take a look at him there just see. We also have exotic expedition. Nothing really, what, tank related? No. Oh yeah, the Moon Lion, right? This one here. Well, we're at week 14. How do we get down to 14? This one here, but it's multiple units versus, say, multiple enemy units. That's the word. So we'll go over here, right? We'll see what we got going on. We have summoners, right? Versus our tanks. We take you out, and put in the new guy. Let's see how he does in PvP. I want to put him up front just to see if he can tank damage up front or lock into Wami again. We're just going to use a basic tank team here. And Thresh, it should be simple, right? We should be able to beat this, right? I don't see why not. This is not the crazier teams. We have crazier teams. So he picks up. I want to see the sheer removal. See what that look like. Can't really see it here. We have to wait and fight a different type of team. So that was easy, right? Honestly, you know what? I know that I want sheer removal. Of course, we gotta face our boy, but I gotta switch over to this one here, right? I would have want invincibility removal too, right? Everybody else that got shield removal gets invincibility removal, right? So in this situation, I don't know who has the lowest HP. So let's see him here. And he rushes in. Oh, he goes all the way to the back, which is great. He takes out their support. We'll take out our boy. Thing is, the game crashed, but we'll see it again, right? And let's see. So the great thing about him is that if he can get up there, well, I have to go to again, find those animation here. If he gets up there, right, I think he would work with the Vanguards, right? Because then he gets in the back, he grabs Fiona. Fiona can't dodge that. She's dead, pretty much. And then he slams him into the ground. Look at his damage. Of course, he goes crazy here, right? Like for a newer account, this guy would be devastating, right? Where is he? Man, crazy. Let's look at his damage here. So he put up more damage than Connor. Connor didn't even really get to do anything, really. It's Abek. All right, so let's just go over to the switch up the competition and see. Well, this is an interesting summoner team. The thing is, he'll grab Anpu back there. Yeah, right. And the good thing about this is that, does he target heroes, right? Yes, he went back there and grabbed Anpu, which is what you're supposed to do. You get the job done. Wow. Which he pretty much just wiped out that back row there. Wanted it. Well, I was trying to see the sheer removal. That was. Okay. Let's move on. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This one's gonna take a little bit more time to beat. If we can beat this one, we're in a good spot for the tanks and PvP. They may be back. Let's see. So they have on invincibility. That's what I'm a little bit concerned about. So he goes back there. Who did he grab? If you can take out Anpu, we would be happy. Take out Anpu and we can win this. Wait, where did he go? Anpu is dead, right? Pandas. Who knocked down Panda, right? So we're losing. He's dead completely. Okay. So what just happened there? It looked great in the beginning, right? Wait, why is what's her name still alive? That's crazy to me. That Maz was alive. Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but for some reason it's like Anpu just melted into the ground. If you go back and look at that, we'll try that one more time and see. And what do we have here? Damage reduction. Why we not have that? Okay, so let's try this. I want to try this again. Let's see. But we throw him back there, right? We just naturally throw him back there. So see, this is what I was talking about, where the invincibility matters, right? Removing invincibility matters a lot because, again, we're faced in that problem, right? But the thing about the summoners that's annoying is that you tend to have that problem where if you don't remove, well, he is removing the shields, but he's gonna end up dying here. This one's still tough. Okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna end up losing that. This summoner team is tough to beat, right? Pinnacle in terms of summoners, right? But I feel like invincibility removal would have been a lot more better too, to add on to it. In this situation, I think one of the bigger things is getting our ultimate off. So he killed off Anpu there, which is great. He just takes out the back line. He's actually good at wiping out the back line, which is great, right? So let's see here. We only have Dodgy. I think he can't target Dodgy. That's why I said removing invincibility would have been huge, right? Or invisibility too, but that one wasn't that tough. Let's see how we do against energy, and then we'll get on out of here. We'll do the lighter one first, and then in the next one, we'll do the heavier one, right? So this one is more, what is this? Why did he change it? Terran base, right? So 5 out of 5, he switched it. This is not his regular energy team. I don't know why he switched it. It's weird. Okay, so put him up front, because there's no carryolas to stop us to get in the backline, which you're going to be in trouble. We'll put Panda here. Actually, just throw Panda, right? Throw Panda back there. Cause some havoc, right? So here we get knocked back, and he took a lot of damage out the gate. He does have that cheat debt built in. And that's another thing. Why did he die so quick if he has so much cheat debt? So the problem here, too, with energy is that they're reducing our energy drain, right? Energy drain. They're reducing our energy, and he's dead. Okay, it's interesting that he died so fast. So we end up losing against this one. Wow. Okay. What is up with Canis, and why is Canis so tanky? What happened to Canis? Why is Canis the last person standing? Well, notice that, right? So this one is actually interesting. That's an interesting team, right? Why is it so difficult to beat this team outside of the knockbacks, right? And if we go on close, they knock us back. We need Barag pulling them forward. It doesn't really help. Interesting. So maybe we'll have to come back and see. So I want to try the other one, but remember, we're at a disadvantage fighting energy teams, right? Yeah, we are. I was going to save this one, but this one was probably the same problem. We're not going to be able to get in close. That's one of the bigger things, and that's why I ran Artemis, because Artemis helps with removing the shields and invincibility. But again, that is that there. I think we'll leave it at that, right? Sure, we'll leave it at that, because we're gonna have to come back and go again. I know I wanted to go that, but I feel like we're going too long. With him, I didn't even bring him to 120. We'll bring him to 120. Would it have helped? Maybe. Right, made a little bit of difference in terms of his HP. I like him. Not enough to be one of the boys, but just the mere fact. I think that's the one thing that is exciting for me, is just the fact that you can pick up the boss and throw them. In PvP there, it seems a little squishy to me, a little bit. Well, it is high damage situation. They do say he has cheat debt, right? A couple of times. Right, that's what they say, and he gives an additional thing. And I think that's why Canis was around till the end, which is great, right? That's great for your support, and that's why I think he would be great on the Vanguard team, because the problem with the Vanguard team is that their support tends to get wiped out. So in the next one, we'll try him on the Vanguard team and see how he protects his support. He does have the Vanguard qualities anyways, where he can charge and stuff like that, so it will help out in that manner. The thing is, with his ultimate, he doesn't crit, so again, the additional damage from that would potentially help out. And again, the knockdowns, so that's going to be great there. I think, like, the way how my tank team set up right now, I don't necessarily need him, so he could make it to the Vanguard team, possibly. So we'll try him there in the next one. But overall, I like him, just for what he could do to the boss. The other stuff is additional. I still think, even though you get the ability to remove shields, they should have given him invincibility too. Of course, I'm gonna be greedy like that, but again, shield removal, and of course he increases healing and healing. 13% is pretty bad. We need more than that. That's not that great, right? And then here, max HP. Okay, double damage and all of that fun stuff. But in the next one, we'll come back with review his kit. For right now, it's just the first look to see what he can do, what he brings to the table. If you made it this far in the video, the word of the day is thanks, right? Not really meta breaking based off of what I'm saying. Could be when we find the optimal gears, right? Like what makes him better and brings him to the next level. I think charge is looking okay, right? Because again, it's going to be increasing his ultimate damage, right? Sheer removal is great for me. I love that. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for updates, guys, tier list, and of course, the new tier list video is coming out this weekend. And of course, you'll be on it. For those that are rocking with me, let me know how you feel about the new hero and how your summoning went, because mine was atrocious. And then I had to go to 240. That's when I got lucky. But I'm liking this guy. Not enough to be one of the boys. I'm feeling it, but not enough. I like his look, of course. But without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.